Good morning, dear students. Welcome to continue part of 8th standard. Okay, in the previous class we have discussed about the political science first chapter. Okay, that is meaning and importance of the political science. And in this class we are going to discuss about the public administration. Yes. So public administration, it is very important subject in the political science, and the public administration, it has become more important as the modern society is undergoing complex and swift changes. Yes, as we know, nowadays the administrative system, it is very complex and it will be changed. So that's why public administration, it is very important during nowadays. And the contribution of public administration to society is increasing day by day. Yes, as we know, so many facilities we are getting from the public administration only. Yes, for example, water facility, road facility. So these facilities are we are getting from the public administration. Okay, and hence a public administration, it plays an important role in forming the human society as a civic society. Yes, and this type of administration experiments are as old as human society, and public administration as a subject evolved in United States of America. Yes, and the past president of USA, Woodrow Wilson, is called as the father of public administration. Yes, so who is the father of public administration? Yes, that is Woodrow Wilson is considered as a father of public administration. Yes, and at present public administration is evolving as one of the main areas of social science studies in all the countries. Yes, as we know, so public administration, it is a very important subject, and it is also considered as a social sciences subject. Okay, for example, history is there, political science is, and also public administration, it is also a separate subject. Yes, and a public administration is a specific field of study. The word public, it denotes government. Yes, public means government. Yes, and Alexander Hamilton used the word public administration for the first time in 1812. Yes, public means government. So this word, that is the public administration word, it is used by Alexander Hamilton in the year 1812. Yes, and the followings are the definitions of the public administration. So let us discuss. There are some definitions they are that describe the meaning of the public administration. So let us see. According to Woodrow Wilson, the holistic and orderly implementation of law is public administration. Yes, and according to Pifnar, the consolidation of community initiatives in implementing public policies is public administration. Next one is according to Luther Gillick. So public administration is related to the executive of the government. Yes, so totally we can find out here the works that is related to the government, that is considered as a public administration. For example, executive is there, judiciary is there, and legislative is there. So these all organs that we consider as a government, and the work related to these organs that we consider as public administration. So finally, public administration, it is related to the functioning of the government. Yes, got it. And public administration is the part of the government that runs day by day functioning of the state. Yes, so public administration, it is also a part of government. Yes, and it is very helpful to the government for running the administration day by day. Next one is importance of public administration. Yes, so what is the importance? Yes, as the state is evolving from protective state to welfare state, and from welfare state to functioning state, the importance of public administration is becoming more important. Yes, so our state aim is that they make a welfare state. They want to establish a welfare state, then after it is considered as a public administration, that is functioning state. Yes, and as a result, the scope of public administration is enlarging, and the holistic development of human society and survival of civic society depend on effective public administration. Yes, if you have effective public administration, then only it will become the civic society. Yes, and the life cycle of human beings depends on public administration, and it is the heart of a state. Yes, as in the human body, heart is very important. When does it stops the works, the man will die. As a similarly, in the state administration, public administration, it is very important. If it dies, the state will collapse. Yes, so that's why it is considered as a heart of the state. Yes, and there is no state without public administration. Yes, every state it has a public administration. Yes, hence modern state is called as a administrative state, and the following or they explain the importance of public administration. Yes, so there are some points that that shows the what is the importance of public administration. So first one is public administration is the pillar of the government. As a building, it has some pillars, and it is very important. If pillars are not available there, so the building it can't it can't stand. Like in the administration, the public administration, it is also considered as a pillar of the government. Yes, and a state can be existent without legislature and judiciary, but without an executive government can't exist. Yes, if a state they don't have legislature and judiciary, they can be existence, but without an executive government it can't exist. Yes, that means we want a particular executive system, and administrative structure is needed for the implementation of public policy, and hence Paul Apilipi opinions that without administration a government is only a meaningless chatter. Yes, so that means it shows the what is the importance of administration in the government. And next, it serves various functions in the interest of the public. Yes, so public administration, it caters to a human being beginning from his womb to tomb. Yes, from born to from die. It serves so many facilities to the humans. Yes, and maintains a civil order and peace by protecting the life and property of citizens, and also it takes care of providing basic facilities, for example education, employment opportunities, and protects the state and ensure economic equality. Yes, and also it provides numerous service like this. Yes, next one is implementation of law and policies. Yes, so public administration, it regulates the activities of people by implementing law and policies. Yes, so government, they implement so many policies and rules and regulations to control the humans behavior or activities. If the public administration does not function well, the policies remain only on the paper. So that's why it should be implement properly. Okay, next one is necessary to protect social security. Yes, so public administration functions as a tool of social security. Even though the government change, public administration remains constant and ensures stability to the administration, and this ensures smooth functioning of administration in the absence of good public administration. Yes, and a strong state can also fall, and the destruction of the ancient Roman Empire, it is good example for this. So that's why public administration, it is very important, and public administration ensures unity and harmony in society by solving the problems of society. Next one is support legislature and executive. So public administration, it aids the implementation of policies formed by the legislature, and it also provides inputs in the form of statistics and suggestions for the formulation of policies by the government, and thus public administration performs major role not only in the implementation of the public policy but also in its planning. And let us discuss about the scope of public administration. Yes, so there is a disagreement among the thinkers with regard to the scope of public administration. So according to experts like Woodrow Wilson and L.D. White, argue that public administration has a wide scope. According to the public administration includes all the three pillars of administration, for example legislature, judiciary and executive. So these are considered as three pillars of administration. So according to the Luther Gulick and Simon, public administration has a narrow scope according to them, and public administration scope is limited and to the executive activities of the government. So post-corp perspective. So Luther Gulick, he explains the scope of public administration through English letters, that is POSTCORB. Yes, that we called post-corb. So each letters, it explains the functions of public administration. For example, P, it explains the planning. Yes, planning an agenda that the government machinery seeks to implement by working on the methods of implementation. So whatever we are working, so we have to make some plans. So planning, it is considered. Yes, and it is very important in the public administration. Next one is organization. Yes, so forming various departments and structures like divisions, subdivisions, and other administrative structures, and entrusting roles and responsibilities for each for the achievements of desired goals. So organization, for example, making organization, so proper organization. Yes, next one is staffing. Yes, so recruitment and training the needed staff. Yes, so every government or the private sector, they have a staff, so they have they have some training or recruitment system, and it also included the framing the rules and regulations of civil service. Next one is direction. So providing direction and orders to the various departments. Yes, we have the government, there are so many departments are there, and they have to make proper direction, they have to some proper direction, then only it will be considered as a successful administration. And next one is coordination. So facilitating better interaction between various departments by resolving conflicts by conserving their functions. Next one is reporting. So reporting by the officials to the senior officers of the functions, various departments, submitting reports to the legislature by conducting research, documentations, and investigations. So reporting, so every department, they have to report their their work, related to their work, they have to submit their report to the higher officers. And next one is budgeting. Yes, so managing the financial planning, expenses and income calculation and auditing. Yes, budgeting means planning of finance and expenses and income. Yes, so this we call the scope of public administration, and it is increasing these days. Yes, nowadays it has very importance, and this does both the productive and regulative functions, and the government and the growth of civil society further expands the scope of public administration, and the aspirations and desires of the public people have further enlarged the scope of public administration. So thank you for watching this video. In the next class we will continue the next point. Okay, thank you.